coming out here after 30 years. Yeah, I ain't got nothing, but I'm gonna have something because I'm rich in personality, you know, and I'm rich in love. My family love me, and that's really all that counts. Hey man, shout out everybody out there on Team Banky Pounds, man. I appreciate the love. Hey. You don't want to be on the business end of that. I can assure you that. You hear me? Big love, man, to everybody out there who support the movement, who support the platform. Big love to all my members, all my subscribers, all the people that rock with this TBP Nation family over here. Let's go, let's get it. We on the road to 150K. Soon as we get there, we're going to have a big festivity extravaganza meet and greet, man. And I want everybody to show up, the whole 150,000. I don't care if we got to rent a ballroom. You hear me? I want to make it a great one, man, because this has been a heck of a journey. We've been pushing, and we ain't going to stop, can't stop, won't stop. Let's go. TBP Nation, stand up, salute, man. We out here. Listen, man. Let me tell you something, man. Listen, this is something in prison, man. You got a lot of big dudes in prison, man. Dudes was telling me talking about some big dudes the other day, or maybe it was the day or something, will put it on my brain. But you have some huge, massive human beings in prison, man. Dudes in prison eat weights, they sleep weights, a lot of dudes that become their therapy. So a lot of dudes are real big in there, man. It's a byproduct of being locked up because of the simple fact that you bored, it ain't too much to do. You have to try to find something constructive instead of destructive just to get your mental right. For a lot of people that become weights, for a lot of people that go into prison, and it be a stereotype because of what they heard or when they was on the street and they see dudes come back and look like they in shape, whatever the case may be. So a lot of dudes get in prison and they lean towards getting weights. I know dudes that went in prison, man, that was small, man, and then they, I see them 8, 9, 10 years later, man, they done did a whole body transformation. I'm like, man, you know what I'm saying? But it just be like that. I could never really get into the weights like that because I was boxing and I felt like it was slowing me down. And then I was into the tomfoolery, the gambling, the foolishness and stuff like that. Store boxing and whatnot. That weight pal, man, is monumental in prison, man. A lot of dudes do their whole time by lifting them weights. Now, with that being said, you got to go into the characteristics of the man. Now, you got a lot of dudes that was small, then they became big. You got dudes that was big and out of shape, but then they became in shape and became bigger. But their mentality was always humble, right? But the thing about that is the bigger you get, the more your ego get. The more you see how people respond to you, the more you see how people feel you, right? Now, let me tell you something, man. When big, humble dudes snap, man, it's a whole nother ball game, you hear me? When them big, humble dudes snap, and they don't even really know their own strength and stuff like that, or the power, it's a whole different game, man. And I'm going to go to, what's the name first? I'm just thinking of the ones off the top of my head. Like the dude Eyes. Big Eyes. Remember I told y'all about the dude named Eyes with the green eyes? Real big dude, though. But when I first met Eyes, man, Eyes was like, man, he like 6'5", man, maybe 6'6". And he was about close to probably 300. But he was like just, he ain't had no structure to it, no muscle to it, no tone to it. He just was a big dude. Not being his height overweighed his weight, so it didn't look like he was like fat, but he was like chubby and, you know what I'm saying, jello-ish, if that's a word. It wasn't solid, it wasn't, you know what I'm saying, but he was a money getter. He a drug boy, you know what I'm saying? That's what he known to do, get money. Then he tried to be a, quote-unquote pretty boy. He got the green eyes, he light-skinned, he had the little braids in his hair. He trying to get at the women, but he also trying to get money. But then we in prison. So you got the thugs, the killers, the robbers, the jack boys, the you know what I'm saying, the Beth pushers. They don't care nothing about that. You know what I'm saying? If they can't buy the drugs, they trying to take the drugs. He wearing jewelry, they trying to take the jewelry. I told y'all they was going at him at different times. And once you put a chink in your armor in prison, bro, they coming at you. You know what I'm saying? They coming at you just as sure as grits is groceries. They coming. The wolves is out. And you get money and you get product, man, you wearing jewelry, they coming to get it. So you're going to have to be the one that keep them from taking it. You're going to have to be the one that set the example. You know what I'm saying? So when I was around him the first time, he was just taking it on the chin, man. Like, I ain't. Dudes robbed him. Dudes was bucking on the sack. Dudes was doing all this, you know what I'm saying, tomfoolery to him. And it looked crazy because you see this big Bama and it's like, man, if this Bama ever get angry, if he ever get mad and just snap, some of these dudes, man, was just peasants, man. A little bit, he could break them if he tried to, but he didn't have that in him. You know what I'm saying? So this was when I was around him the first time. When I ran into that big Bama the second time, by the time I ran into him again, bro, he had been on that weight, pal. Obviously, putting in a lot of hours. That thing was toned up. He was big. He had, you know what I'm saying, had snapped on a couple of people, put hands on a couple of people, and I guess that gave him that boost where he felt like, oh, I can do this. You know what I'm saying? It's like he did a whole metamorphosis. You know what I'm saying? So I can remember, like I said, when I was on a farm with him. And by then, I'm looking at him, I'm like, man, this is the same guy. You know what I'm saying? And he had the beef with, man, I can't think his name, but Lil Younger was from Richmond, but he was a gangster, though, but he was a con artist gangster. He'd steal, you know, cheating and gambling. He was just one of them type dude. He'll take some chances. But he also pushed that belt if he had to. You know what I'm saying? So I remember he had got something from Eyes, man, some type of drugs or something. He was playing with Eyes, won't try to pay him. You know what I'm saying? He, you know, keep on putting him off. I guess he had heard the reputation, like, he ain't like that old big soul, you know what I'm saying? Bam, I ain't pay. Rome. That's his name was Rome. So I ain't paying that joker. So man, one day, man, Eyes, I guess he had enough, came out there, man, and got down on him and said, man, you gotta pay that money, man. You gotta pay that money today. So Rome like, man, I ain't paying you nothing. You know what I'm saying? Get it like Grant got Richmond, you did? and I say, okay. Rome, take off. You know what I'm saying? So Eyes is literally chasing this joker in the block. Rome running and trying to get away. He don't keep the thing on him because he been known to use it. So they gonna, when you known to use that thing, they do pop-up shakedowns on you at any time. So on Powhatan, by this time, if they had changed the law and the rules, because they had opened up all these Wallace Ridges and Red Onions and all that. If you get caught with that Bethlehem, if you use it or not, man, you going up in the mountains. You know what I'm saying? So that was a deterrent that they was trying to keep, you know, the knives low on the compound where won't nobody really trying to have it. You know what I'm saying? Because at one point in time, everybody walking around with them things, you know what I'm saying? Because you don't know what's going to pop off. You got to be ready. So when they changed them rules, man, then you got dudes trying to hide the junk outside they cell, trying to hide it in the shower, trying to hide it in the laundry room, trying to hide it on the yard. You trying to hide it up in the vents. You trying, because you don't want it in your cell because you get caught with it. You going to the mountains and you ain't even used the joint. You know what I'm saying? So it was a good idea in theory for the administration. I saw their psychology behind it. Okay, we gonna try to make it so harsh that they don't even want to have these joints. So when you've been known to use one or you got it in your jacket that you done used before, bro, you could be in that joint laying there knocked out, man, 2 o'clock in the morning. They'll bust that door. Hey, shake down. What's up? Let's up. Get up. And you mess around, you laying up in there with that joint all by your bed or up under your pillow, and you gone, bro. You gone. You going straight to the Bing, and then you be back there about 2-3 weeks, and you gonna be on that bus heading up there to them hillbilly rednecks up there, man. So Rome ain't had no joint, and that's probably why he ain't no joint. And he's scared to death, man. This joker Eyes is trying to catch him. He running, he going from tier to tier, side to side. Eyes can't catch him, but eyes down on him. You know what I'm saying? So in my mind, I'm like, man, eyes, he done changed, man. He done let this, you know, when he snapped, when a big joker snap and it click in their head that they can scare jokers and they can handle jokers physically and intimidate them with their size. They a different person, bro. They're a whole different. Eyes became a whole different joker, man. You know what I'm saying? I ran into him on a couple other counts. He done pulled women. He done impregnated some COs. He getting drugs. He screaming on jokers, man, get my money, man. I'll snap your neck. And dudes are scared, you know what I'm saying? Because you looking at this big bohemian and you like, maybe he can snap my neck. So it was crazy, man. So all of this stuff I'm seeing and I'm learning and I'm watching how it go, man. But like I said, you got some dudes, they just huge, strong, massive, but they just humble until you push them. They just don't really, it ain't even in them to be, you know, take advantage of their size. But if you push them, you will see that, man, this guy can hurt me. You know what I'm saying? Like my brother, man, Big Ali, man. Shout out to Ali, man, who just texted me recently too, man. See, Ali was a massive brother, man. Ali, I told you, he one of the biggest dudes I seen in the system and one of the strongest. You know what I'm saying? One of the strong. Ali was exact same size. I told y'all in another video. He was the exact same size as The Rock when The Rock was in WWE wrestling. You know what I'm saying? 6'5", 270 pounds, all muscle. That was Ali. And he'll tell you at the same time, yeah, I'm same size as The Rock. And Buck, man, them Jones look like this. He was big. He had no stomach. He cut up. He's strong as a bull. You know what I'm saying? He from New York. You know what I'm saying? He a solid dude, but he humble. He humble. He low key. He quiet talk. He just eat all day and work out all day. He gonna eat so much rice, man. You think he turned into the rice pudding, man? That man be eating raw white rice, plain, cooked plain, all day long in peanut butter. You know what I'm saying? And he was massive, bro. I'm talking about that's a big boy, man. But every now and then he'll like to play poker. And he'll play poker, but he'll take his losses, take his wins or whatever. He had a little youngin' that was his little homeboy, used to be worse, but he used to be dealing with him. And I remember when he made Ali snap in the part, man. And when he snapped in that part, everybody was like, what? Because he's so big, he's so mad. And the police, it affects them too. They be scared to death. They deal with these big, huge human beings like with white gloves. They calm down. He'd be scared, bro. But it'd be a little dude or somebody, man, they be on you. They pouncing on you. They doing, man, Ali snapped up in there, man. That man kept asking them for some peanut butter before the doors locking. Ali, when you gambling, you caught up in them games. You don't need no side. You don't need nobody distracting you. And he's like, I'm going to get you, man. And he just snapped. And he lost a hand. He snapped. He went to the cell, man. He hit that joint. Boom! Broke the whole top of the door. This joker's so strong. The joke fall out. Bam! Everybody in the pod looking. And he came out with that peanut butter. Man, you keep on asking me for this. Bam! He slammed on the floor so hard, the peanut butter exploded. And dudes, I told you, dudes had peanut butter stuck to their eyeglasses. And everybody was the dudes that even had peanut butter to splash on them. Peanut butter got on dudes' clothes. Peanut butter got on dudes' doors. Dudes walking back from the microwave, peanut butter hit them. Ain't no joker say nothing. They ain't say, hey, man, what's up with you, man? What's it? None of that. Because they won't even used to a dude that big snapper. They won't used to him coming off like that. They won't used to him pushing that type of aggression because he was a humble big giant. A humble big giant. But they pushed him. He was irritated. He was frustrated. You know what I'm saying? And he was in it. He was ready to break his own little homeboy neck. But the next day, he was apologetic. Because that ain't in his character. You know what I'm saying? That ain't in his character to take advantage of his size or try to advantage take nobody. But that put all them jokers on notice, including that administration, that if this big joker snap out, it ain't nothing we can do with him. It ain't nothing we can do with him. And it won't nothing nobody can do with that big man. Man, Ali. I showed y'all pictures of Ali. Man, Ali's shoulders this big, bro. It might not even fit in this camera, man. You know what I'm saying? It might not even fit in this camera, bro. But he humble. He a good dude. But he ain't to be played with. You know what I'm saying? He not to be played with. So you have those dudes like that, man. And y'all remember when I told y'all about when I was up on Wallace Ridge and the big Bama. He supposed to be from up my way somewhere in Northern Virginia, somewhere close. And he was humble. He didn't bother nobody. But man, when his girl dogged him out on the street, cut him off and would not answer that phone, he lost his ever-loving mind, man. Dudes was running around the park looking at him scared, don't know what to do, because he always walking around being cool, but he a big dude, man. He about 6'5", about 260. Solid, young dude, muscle. You know what I'm saying? But he cool, though, because he trying to go home. Man, them girls, man, they get to go, man. Jody got his girl, and he was not having it. She blocked him, and he couldn't call. And that was when he went running around the block, jerking on dude's door, banging on dude's door. Hey, man, you got a three-way I can use? Hey, man, hey, you got a three-way? And dudes was like, man, what the? He started going from door to door, banging on dude's door, asking him to make a three-way call from him because he couldn't call the girl. So he wanted you to get on the phone, call your people, get your people to three-way, call her so she'll answer the phone, not knowing that it's him, and he could shoot his shot like, man, take me, unblock me, or whatever. And dudes was like, man, I ain't got no three-way. And he was snapping. Okay, all right. And he go to the next door. Hey, you got a three-way? And this Joker, man, went to every cell, man, and the people in the booth, we on Wallace Ridge, they'll shoot you. You don't even supposed to cross that line to the cell door if it ain't rec break. If it ain't time to go in, you don't even cross. They got a blue line, a red line. You don't even supposed to cross that line. And he did it to every cell. And it ain't no way in the world you could tell me them people ain't seen him. But they were scared to deal with him because they ain't seen him act like that. They ain't seen him snap. They ain't know how he was going to come. They ain't know if the officers, if they send them, if he going to hurt them. They ain't know what to do. They ain't know what to do. I know they seen him. There's no way. You get the arguing up in there, Joan, on Wallace Ridge. Ask anybody who been up there. Raise your voice. Man, F you, why do I? Man, they up at the booth like that. I'm going to shoot one of these Negroes. They ready. You understand? So he did that, man. And then one of them dudes, I guess, ain't like it. It came out there and wanted to show off. I think it was a gang dude and ran up on him and acting like he wanted to fight. And they got the rumbling right there. And that was a big mistake. They not only found out that Big Bama was big, but he could rumble. He was giving them the business and fell down on his knees and was still fighting. Slipped and fell and got back up, was still fighting. And they came in there and they maced and brought the dogs and all this and all that. But they were scared, man. They were scared of him. You know what I'm saying? But he just snapped. And when you got them big humble dudes and they snap, they change the game in there, man. And dudes get a different perception on them, and they don't know how to deal with them because of size. Size, people say size don't make a difference in prison, and they really don't in certain categories. You know what I'm saying? I know dudes that's super small in prison, little guys, man, that is dangerous and feared and known to put in work and known don't play with them. But you got big dudes like that too. I can't say it's none of them. It may be less of them. A lot of dudes big just to be big. But you got some bigums that will break your neck, man, with their bare hands. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of them be humble. But then you got some big ones that ain't humble. You know what I'm saying? Lamont Kane ain't humble. Lamont is not humble. You dig? He's not a humble guy. You know what I'm saying? And you got big jokers like that in there, but that's understood. The bond's already understood when you dealing with Lamont. But when you got dudes like I say, like Big Ali, man, and even my homeboy back in the day, Big Sadden. Sadden won't humble. Sadden won't humble. You know what I'm saying? But he ain't bother nobody. But he was a pimp, so he talked from pimp talk. He talked slick. But he ain't really pushing nothing at nobody. He ain't pushing his size or nothing. He's just a slick talker. But if you get him out of pocket, he a whole different beast. You know what I'm saying? Like when the stuff happened with Hector and they took Hector jury, they seen a different side of Big Black. Then Satin was like, hey, I'm telling you, if my homeboy don't get his jewelry, Satin was huge, man. Man, Big Black had to be over 300 and every bit of 6'7", 6'8". And they ain't seen that. And he on the weight pal every day. Every day. So you know he's strong. If he latch on to you, it's over. I don't care what you're talking about. It's over. And that's just real talk. You know what I'm saying? So you can't overlook size. You can't overlook, you know what I'm saying? You can't overlook that because these dudes are strong, man. I mean, even if they scared, even if they're timid, even if they're quote unquote soft, if they latch on to you, man, what you talking about? How you gonna get away? How you gonna get them up off you? They strong, bro. These dudes is curling weights that strong jokers is bench pressing. They curling this stuff. Ali curling weight. He curling dudes max bench. He shoulder pressing dudes max bench. Come on, man. What you gonna do? Look at Big Worm. Big Worm, dumb strong, man. He dumb strong. He grab you. Ask Rail. Ask Green Eye Rail. You can't get out. You can't get away, bro. You can't. So you have to give these dudes some type of respect, some type of for the work they done put in for the you know what I'm saying, for the strength that they possess. You got to respect that. But a lot of them be humble. But when they snap, and some of them when they snap, they don't never come back. They stay aggressive because they see the reaction, they see the fear, they see the respect, they see the attention that they get when they what, and they never go back to the same guy. They never go back. Eyes never went back to the same guy. Eyes stayed a bully. You know what I'm saying? He stayed a bully. You dig? You know, he never went back to being the same person. Once they snap, man, and they see the reaction to that fear, they never go back. They never, ever go back, man. Big Black, my homeboy. Big Black was always, you know what I'm saying, ish talker anyway, always aggressive, but he had the size, but he ain't had the muscle to go with it. He just looked like, you know, like a dad bod type of a dude. Man, once he got on that weight pal, man, and got that feeling out and got, man, Black hard on a brother. Black hard on a brother, man. Verbally, Black smack jokers. He ain't talking a lot. What you say, you Bama? He's smacking you. You know what I'm saying? So they never go back. A lot of them never go back, man. Once they snap, they never go back to being humble. Big humble dudes in prison, when they snap, they never go back to being humble. Most of them, not all of them, most of them. You know what I'm saying? Ali was always Ali because that was just his character. But he still instilled fear in other people and the COs just because when he displayed one moment of rage, they knew and they had to reckon and deal with it. How would I deal with it? And they ain't know how. Because the average also on an institution anyway, out of shape. The average one. On every institution I've been on, you probably going to have, I don't even know how many officers they have combined, but you probably going to have less than 10 of them that's in tip-top shape. That's in ready for war shape. That's physically capable of, you know, if they was alone, they could scrap on their own. Yeah, you don't even have that many. Most of them out of shape, old, can't do nothing physically besides unless they got them Ninja Turtle suits on and a stun gun with them and some mace. They ain't physically capable of dealing with a dude like that. So, yeah, that's what that is, man. And yeah, and even 6ix9ine. 6ix9ine won't know he won't know humble guy at all. And they was terrified of him. He ain't had no muscles, but he just was massive. 6ix9ine was 6ix9ine for real. You know what I'm saying? 340, 350. That's a big boy. You gonna have to deal with him. He talk aggressive. He act aggressive. You know what I'm saying? If you ask me what his fight game was like, probably won't like that. But still something to deal with. That's a massive human being. But, anyway, man, I just wanted to share that with y'all in prison, man. Big guys do snap, even the big humble ones, because, like I say, when you're in prison, man, somebody gonna push your buttons, man. You just not exempt. You're not. You're just not exempt. There's no exemption in penitentiary. Big, small, tall, blind, handicapped, disabled, white, black, Chinese, Asian. There's none of that in prison. They don't care. Somebody will push your buttons, and you won't have to respond. And how you respond is going to determine what happens, man. But anyway, y'all talk to me in the comments. I talk back. Big love, TBP Nation. Let's go. Make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe. Let's go, man. Get in your contacts, man. I want this meet and greet. I want it bad. I ain't gonna lie to you. I want it bad. I can't wait to get back up in that joint. You hear me? Let's go. Let's get it, man. TBP Nation, man. Be safe, be smart, make good decisions, man. And by all means, man. Yay. Duck them hooks, man. And you ain't got to deal with none of these big bammers.
The banky special.
Yeah.
Pure deliciousness.
Pure deliciousness, man.
My name is Banky, man. Everybody calls me Banky. That's the name that I got from my grandmother when I was young. I'm coming out here after 30 years. Yeah, I ain't got nothing, but I'm gonna have something because I'm rich in personality, and I'm rich in love. My family love me, and that's really all that counts.